Alright guys, the hurling final is tomorrow, Sunday, July 20th. We've never seen a game, so we're gonna prepare. So when we watch it at the pub, we know what's going on.
By the time you see this, it's probably gonna be the day of the hurling match, but we will film our reactions at the pub as well. So we have the rules of hurling explained, because we need to know the actual rules before we watch a highlight reel. But I think that's gonna be the plan here. Watch the rules, then watch highlights, see how it is.
The rules of hurling. Hurling is an Irish sport, played with 2 teams of 15 players each. The game is played on a field that's generally a maximum of 145 metres by 85 metres.
No idea what that means because we're on a different system there, but I think it means big.
These are the goals, which are 6.5 metres wide, and the crossbar, which is 2.5 metres above the ground. Unlike in football, the posts extend above the crossbar, just like in rugby. The exact same goals and field dimensions are used in Gaelic football.
I gotta pause real quick to say, yeah, you guys were right. You guys corrected us a million times on the Ringsend Park thing about how it wasn't a rugby field, it was a rugby pitch, it was a hurling or a Gaelic football pitch.
A team to score more overall points than the opposing team. To score, a player must use his stick, known as a hurley, to hit a ball, known as a sliotar, into the goal. If they successfully hit the sliotar under the crossbar and into the net, this is a goal and is worth 3 points. If a player hits the sliotar over the crossbar but between the posts, this is a point.
This looks hard and easy at the same time. Like, super hard to try and make it in the goal from that far, but also easy close up because it's such a big goal, but I don't know.
I'm assuming the defense gets really hard as soon as you get close. I do think it looks like if you're crazy skilled with the hurley that you could just spam hit like one-pointers. I don't know what the term is for the one-pointer, but I feel like you just spam that over and over again, which I'm assuming that's how most teams win, because to get to the actual goal sounds kind of hard, even though it is 3 points. It's almost like on-the-go baseball. I mean, I can't imagine how talented you have to be running with that and then smack it with the stick at the same time.
There's a point, and this scores 1 point. The game is played in 2 30-minute halves for a combined playing time of 60 minutes. High score at the end of time wins. Any game that results in a draw must be replayed. Surely it can't be that simple. Well, it's not. There's a lot of things you can and can't do to move the ball up the field in hurling. You can move the ball by hitting the ball with the hurley out of your hands, hitting the ball with the hurley along the ground, kicking it along the ground, kicking or lifting up the ball with your hurley and then striking it. A player can also run with the ball if he bounces it on his hurley.
That's hard.
Or with his hands in the air. And a player can hand pass to a teammate.
Hand pass?
With an open palm. However,
I am not going to remember all this.
Also, that's one thing that's so different about us in the States. I feel like you just want to like chuck it down there as fast and hard as you could, and here you have to like smack it with your hand, which requires more skill, but I'd be so tempted to just get the ball and chuck it, and I'd get called for a penalty or whatever it is. Also, I hope they explained the scores, because I saw it was like kind of complicated looking. It wasn't just one score, it was like a score and then a dash and then another score.
Touch the ball on the ground with his hands. A player cannot throw the ball or throw their hurley. A player cannot take more than 4 steps with the ball in hand, and a player cannot play the ball from his hand to his hurley more than twice.
Dang.
Therefore, he's only able to hand the ball twice in one possession. There are 15 members of the opposing team who are trying to take the ball away from you so that they can score themselves. They are allowed to make shoulder-to-shoulder contact.
American football's only 11.
Possession of the ball, or, if no one has the ball, be shoulder-to-shoulder to the opponent nearest the ball. They are also allowed to use their hurley to block shots or prevent you from shooting. Games are generally high scoring and fast paced, but there's a few other things you'll need to understand before playing or going to a game. For example, puck. A puck is a restart in play, usually after a foul or if the ball goes out of bounds. If the ball goes out of bounds, a puck is awarded at the nearest line. If the ball is hit out of the end line by an attacker, the defending team gets a puck out at the 65.
It's like a free kick.
If a foul occurs, a free puck is awarded either at the spot of the foul,
that's a free kick,
where the ball lands after a foul, or at the 20-meter line for fouls inside the 20.
You're pretty rough.
Foul. If a player commits any of these infractions, a foul is assessed and the other team is awarded possession of.
Deliberately touch a player with the hurley.
I was gonna say, I don't think you can just go and smack people with it.
No.
Although I'd be tempted to if they were making me mad.
The ball by way of a free puck. Just like in football, a player can also be cautioned or sent off the pitch for serious offences. Penalty puck. If a foul was committed on a player with a legitimate chance to score, a penalty puck, similar to a penalty kick in soccer, will be given to the attacking team. The ball is placed on the ground at the 20-metre line, and all other players must be 20 metres away. There is one goalkeeper.
It's like it turns into field hockey there.
The player is allowed to lift the ball off the ground and shoot the ball once.
What a shot.
Any goals scored count towards the overall score. Substitution. A team is allowed to substitute up to 5 players per game.
That's pretty self-explanatory.
Players must wait in the substitution area, and players must enter or exit at the designated area only, and only in a stoppage of play. To the uninitiated, hurling seems like a strange sport to understand. But once you understand the rules, it becomes a great sport to watch.
This was definitely helpful. It's still going to be a learning curve, obviously, but I think this is going to be good help. And I think we'll get the gist as we're watching it. Stuff that's super obvious, especially I played sports growing up and you did a little bit too. So we know general rules of sports. I mean, it's going to be obvious if someone smashes into somebody and the ref blows the whistle or stops the play that it was a foul.
I'll also know if everyone goes like, oh,
or come on, ref. Then I'll know that they wanted a call there. All right, now I have best hurling goals, greatest goals in hurling of all time. Let's see how this looks. All right, we have one more highlight reel pulled up. Starting off fast on this one, unless this is just the intro. I'll be excited to see how rough you can get without getting penalties called on you.
Is the ball like a baseball, like how heavy it is?
Yeah, no way, that'd be dangerous, and I think the stick wouldn't hit very well.
I don't know if it's like really light or like feels heavy like a baseball or is more like a golf ball.
Golf ball would be scary.
I'm just trying to think of like how it is.
I think it has to be somewhat dense for it to travel this well, but I would think a baseball would be a little sketchy that you'd be getting hurt. I'm assuming it's close to a baseball though. That was a good goal though. I think I'll be excited to see how the plays they make like leading up to different goals, but I do think the smartest plays will be just hitting it through the posts. These are obviously showing the best plays of all time, so it's going to be more goal-oriented. And they're fighting for it.
I think the first few minutes or the first half, I won't know what's going on, but I think I'll catch on after watching it. How
easy is it for you guys that watch this to keep track of the ball? Because I know like no matter how much hockey I watch, I can't see the puck most of the time. This looks a little bit easier to track. That was a really, just as like how fast they can pick it up is pretty insane. I mean, you definitely need to grow up playing this. I'm still wondering why no one jumped here. I don't know if you're not allowed to. Unless they didn't want to get hit with the ball. Serves it, boom. The backhand.
This honestly looks way more entertaining than baseball.
Yeah, well, that's one thing that's good about European sports is there's always action. And you guys know about American sports, how it's like pause every so often.
I will say, when we went to...
That was a good shot.
When we went to a soccer match or a football match last time, I was really entertained. I really liked it. I want to go to another one. I thought that was pretty fun, like seeing that in person. Baseball is boring. We've been to a few baseball games and
I had to rewind this back of this guy in the white jersey. I don't think this was a fake out. I think he just messed up, but that recovery and the 180 into hitting it like that's really insane. This is definitely a miss hit, I think. But this recovery is insane. And just like backhanding it from that angle into the post is insane. Like the accuracy, the strength, and the technique, they all got to be at the top of the top. They were excited. That's insane. I'm going to be saying insane a lot because this is the first time I've ever seen stuff like this. Cork, that's cork there. That's a big difference too with your guys' sports over ours. The timer counting up and then just adding time at the end of the half. All right, well, there you go. That was our raw reaction. Of course, we're not sitting here screaming because we're barely learning about the sport, so we're like just trying to take it in general. I'm really excited again just to see how this is going to look in person. Well, I guess not in person, but the pub will be in person. The game will be on the screen, but it's going to be exciting. At least we'll know a little bit going into it instead of just being totally clueless. I'm really excited.
I am too.
And we get to drink with it, so that always makes them even more fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed us watching hurling and how to play hurling. Maybe we'll try to do it here if we can ever find some place to play it. But anyways, we're looking forward to the match tomorrow, the big match of the year, hurling finals. If you like this video, make sure to leave a like, share with anybody that you think will enjoy it too. And make sure to subscribe to the channel. Shout out to Anna, JC, Lick My Giblets. They've all been supporting really heavily. And also shout out to Dermot for being the first Patreon member. Thank you so much. It means a lot. All of your guys' support in general, though, is really awesome. That's why we continue to do this. So thank you guys so much. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.